Hello, good evening, good afternoon. If you're seeing this in the afternoon, of course. My name is Santiago Yepes Monsalve. This is the video presentation. I would like English does word 11:10. So let's start with the presentation. Introduction. In this presentation, I will share some anecdotes from my experience working in a hosting company. This is my current job, and I'm going to talk about some kinds of experience working there. I will describe situations, what I learned, and what I might have, would have, or must have done differently. So the first anecdote that I'm going to speak is when a server downtime. One time, a server went down during peak hours. Clients started sending urgent tickets. Reflection. I must have checked the monitoring system early. This is something important in my line of work, of course, because, well, when sometimes happen like that, for example, that kind of stuff when a server down, it's not different that I don't know, when a person in a hospital starting to die. It's something with a kind of urgency because there are a lot of clients with some important projects, with some important stuff that I need to solve very quickly, and that's it. That's it. One of the most important thing in my work. I would have avoided the problem if I had communicated faster with the team. That is sometimes it explained for herself, for itself. Sorry. Clients might have felt more confident if we gave updates quickly, and there is something important in the customer service. In this case, it's more technical, but it applies too because if you are a client and you had that kind of problem, the communication, the rapidly communication, it's something that you need to do it. Migration issues. During a big migration, some files were lost because of a misconfiguration. Reflection. I must have reviewed the migration checklist more carefully. I would have pretended the loss with an extra backup. The client might have avoided stress if we explain the risk before. That is something important when you're trying to do that kind of migration in online. A good scheme. That is the most important thing. I think it is the I figure this is the develop in there. Um, Use the scheme. What I'm gonna do? What is my first step? What is my brainstorm? It's something important. It's something important because the client wants to know, and he must know the biggest, I don't know, kind of issues that could happen there. So the most important is the communication, like I told you before. Customer support. A client was angry because his website was slow. He was about to cancel the service. What is the reflection here? I must have been more patient in listening to these concerns. I would have improved the response if I had used clear explanations. The client might have started calmer if reassured in early. So, again, the communication is the main step in all that kind of situations. If we want to have, you know, a clean process over all step by step here, the communication and the fears, the only first thing that will say to the client is the most important thing. So if we have that kind of clear communication with the client, your client, I know that is something that could happen. We're working for solve that issue in the less time possible. That kind of words and words, keywords like solution, are the more important things when we try to work. Well, walk along with the client because it could be something like that. And that's it. Well, teacher, that's something for this night. I hope that you enjoy my short presentation. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff like that later. Bye bye.